Trying to stay with Curry, catches, one dribble, steps back, puts up a three, won't go, rebound tip taken by Spades, final seconds, it's over, it's over, Cleveland is a city of champions once again.
I came back home to win a championship and energize Northeast Ohio. But in a place like Cleveland, there's so much more work to do.
3,300 acres of land sits vacant. Almost 2% of the population has left in the past 3 years.
To revitalize Cleveland, we need to work block by block, street up, and street by street. I wanted to invest my time and influence to create a movement that can maybe strengthen our community and transform neighborhoods.
Sounds like the underdog around here.
So I recruited 4 local investors that share my passion to put their own money into 4 new businesses in a neighborhood that's on the rebound, but still has too many empty storefronts.
We're doing something great for the community. We're bringing neighborhoods together.
If we can help rebuild one quarter of the city, we can create jobs and growth.
216!
Nothing is given.
All right, guys, team meeting.
Everything is earned.
We have a line stacking up.
You work for what you get. This is Cleveland Hustles.
Tonight, restaurateur and investor Jonathan Sawyer will choose between 2 businesses competing head-to-head for his investment.
We gotta show that we can move this product.
The winner will go on to open their first retail store in 3 months in the Gordon Square area.
We gotta make that next step.
Their dreams are big.
I believe in you and you and you and you.
But the stakes are even bigger.
I work best when my back is against the wall.
Cleveland, for me, is my home. I was not born here, but I have chosen to take root here and raise my children here. 8 years ago, we opened our flagship restaurant, the Greenhouse Tavern. All of our restaurants, our 280 employees, they're all here in Cleveland. For me, I don't want the next business we invest in to be a flash in the pan or be designed to be sold. I want it to be something that has long-term roots in this city, long-term passion to affect change. A few weeks back, I got together with the other investors and heard pitches from 20 local businesses.
Yeah, don't worry, I have no bees. Don't worry. No bees.
I instantly took a liking to Akron Honey.
We've been able to revitalize neighborhoods and engage and educate people on the honeybee culture. See, these bee yards, what we call apiaries, they used to be vacant, blighted lots.
Honey is a versatile product. You can do a lot more than just put honey in your tea. There's cosmetics, skincare, vinaigrettes. There's a lot of potential here. The second business I chose was Found, a high-end leather bag company.
We design, cut, and sew all of our products right here in our downtown Cleveland studio. We cut out the middleman so that we can sell you American-made bags at prices that are lower than our competitors who are producing their bags overseas.
From the moment I met Found, I fell in love with their bags. Reviving a manufacturing career here in Cleveland is great for the city. But Found couldn't be more different than Akron Honey. It's going to be difficult for us to figure out who to invest in to revitalize the Gordon Square.
So nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, we'll chat again.
Great, yeah, sounds good. Okay.
The qualities that investors look for in entrepreneurs are pretty simple. Driven and motivated, somebody who's got a real vision, and I think most important, is passionate about what they're doing. And so Jonathan, as any good investor would, wants to go and see how the businesses are currently running.
This is Dwayne. This is our little shop dog.
Do you want to see around a little bit?
Yeah.
When we first moved in here, we started out in our apartment making bags. And really quickly we realized we're gonna have to move into a different space. The house was a mess,
Yeah, we'd have leather hanging and drying in the kitchen. Yeah. Being a business here in Cleveland has been amazing for us. It's where I was born and raised. I moved away to New York City for a time and decided to come back to raise a family. Last year we grossed about $400,000 in sales, but our profit was only 10% because we're constantly reinvesting the profits to grow the business.
In order to get the business to the next level, a investment of $200,000 in exchange for 5% of net sales would really quickly allow us to expand production, open up a storefront. As we scale up, it's going to be a really dangerous time for the business. There's going to be a lot of pitfalls that could happen, and having the wisdom of the right investor could be huge for the success of the business. If we have all the materials on hand, we can definitely produce anywhere from like 40 to 60 bags a week.
You guys turn a profit?
We do. The first year we were able to make a very minor profit, $2 profit. We actually doubled our sales the second year over the first year.
When you buy great leather, you get a great bag. But it's an expensive leather that yields a phenomenal product at a low profit margin. Operating at a just 0% margin the first year is a bit close. Seeing it increase to 10 is encouraging, but I think we need to see more of that 16 to 20% profit margin. So one of my concerns is making sure that they can up their quantity, up their inventory, and not impact the quality. You guys need a storefront. You need a retail space in order to grow.
It would be really nice. We've been getting emails every week from people that are like, hey, I'm passing through town, I'm local, I want to come see your space.
We gotta make that next step, you know? Let's kick ass.
Sounds good. We can do it. We're ready. We're ready to make it happen. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what's happening?
Good evening, Brent.
How you doing?
Wesley's never operated a retail space before, but his dedication to the community is compelling. I need to find out how he can grow his business and revitalize Gordon Square.
This was once a home here. They raised it, and it was just blighted space. This is my one hive. That mother apiary, I got about 4 right now. You see they're outside of the hive. You know, it's a warmer day, and also this indicates that it's like bursting at the seams pretty much, so they need some room.
My business began as a way to make our community better. There was a vacant plot of land around the corner from my house. My wife let me buy it. Then I transformed it into a bee yard, which we call an apiary. And Akron Honey Company was born.
Last year I had a pretty strong hive here. I harvested probably like three different times from it.
And that's close to 1,000 ounces.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about taking the honey, it's about the health of the bees. That's first and foremost. So, you know, I would never take more than we need.
The Akron Honey Company sells anywhere between 600 to 1,200 jars per year. That's $3,600 to $7,200 per year. In order to expand Akron Honey, I'm looking for a $100,000 investment for 25% of the company, which will go towards opening a retail store in Cleveland. Also, I wanted to establish a honey-based cosmetic line On top of that, we're going to be purchasing lots in the city to transform into apiaries. Currently, I have a full-time job with a tech company. After work, I'll keep bees if it's still light outside, so I'm always working. My wife and 2 daughters, they're my biggest supporters, and they're definitely ready for me to take the next step with Akron Honey.
At the end of the year, you know, honey sold, bees happy. Are you making money?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely a way to make good money doing this.
I don't think a storefront that just sells honey from microlots from Akron is enough.
Like I'm relying on wax products, barred lotion, salve, or lip balm.
So I think that's what excites me about it, but it's also what terrifies me about it. Wesley's plan has no harnessing yet. There needs to be a little help focusing that vision in order to grow his sales to a place where he can support himself. You're a hardworking man right now. And in order for you to expand, you gotta have this be it. Wesley's upside is a huge profit margin, 31%. But can I put him in a place where he can sell enough honey to maintain it? I'm so excited, Wesley. Thank you.
All right, same here, man.
Let me carry something. Put me to work.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I have a better understanding of each business, but I need to see how they can be successful in Gordon Square. Bonin is joining me to set up Fount and Akron Honey with a challenge. We want to determine which one is a better investment and a better fit for this community.
We love the storefront vision, but the problem is the single core product that you have is not the only place that we can focus, given the revenue size is not big enough to really support a business.
You're literally a honey train coming down the tracks of positivity and community. You know, my concern is, can we get sales? Here's my challenge for Wesley. I'm giving him 72 hours to set up and open a one-day pop-up shop here in Gordon Square. I want to see him expand his line and sell more than just jars of honey. And he needs to bring in $800 in sales. Got to commit to it and give up everything else and just focus on this.
This is a big opportunity because it does allow me to take Akron Honey to the next level. Getting all the pieces together in such a short amount of time, it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be challenging.
All right.
3 days.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Jackie. How are you? Fount's bags are high-end, so I wanted to make sure that they could produce a bag that's more affordable for the Gordon Square neighborhood and Fount expanding as a brand. 72 hours from now, you'll be open for business. Going forward, the line does need to diversify a little bit. Here's my challenge for Fount. They have 72 hours to open up a retail pop-up shop here in Gordon Square. I want them to expand their product line, create, design, and sell 5 gender-neutral bags in this storefront. I want them to hit $1,500 in sales, because that is what it'll take to maintain a storefront in this neighborhood. I also need to see that they can increase their profit margins.
At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do here. Invest in entrepreneurs so they can revitalize neighborhoods, create jobs, and economic development. So you're going to hustle. For some reason, I believe your hustle is going to make this happen.
What if we brought the chandeliers from the studio? Perfect.
Gosh, man, what's up with this purple paint? Trying to make this thing look like a hive.
Akron Honey and Fount pop-ups are right next to each other. So this sets up a competitive environment because the businesses are not only just competing for Jonathan's investment, but they're competing for the future of their business.
I think we can do it.
We just need enough product to fill it out. In order for us to complete this task, we're gonna have to be able to focus on the storefront, in which we wanna knock it out of the ballpark. We want it to look like we've been there 5 years.
One concern that I have is that in 3 days, can we fill up this space with enough things?
As far as the storefront is concerned, I have honey and I have a table. I'm going to have to create a retail store. And on top of that, we have to develop a cosmetic line, all from the hive.
Got work to do.
Jonathan Sawyer has set up both Fount and Akron Honey with the task of creating a one-day pop-up in the Gordon Square area. They now have less than 72 hours to open their door and prove to him that they are a better investment for this neighborhood.
Veggie burger situation, super tasty. I could have chosen anywhere to set my roots, but Cleveland embraced me as we hope to embrace the next business. I like to play it emulsified, but a little looser. Just like that. As an operator myself, I don't like to micromanage. I like that these pop-ups have very clear challenges, and I've set them off to do it on their own. Gordon Square has seen a lot of retail come and go, but I'm excited to reinvigorate it.
All right, guys, team meeting. Are you ready?
Oh, boy.
72 hours, storefront, prototype, finished product bag, and at least 5 of them to sell.
So basically, we're going to make it a gender-neutral bag that is very cost-effective. Guys, we're going to have to weigh in our thoughts on it, as well as ladies, you're going to have to weigh in your thoughts on it.
It has to be a bag that people are going to want to make like a impromptu purchase. There's a lot to do.
Hey, is Jamie there?
I'm the only employee of Akron Honey Company. I need to get on the horn and see who I can get to help me out with this, because if I don't, I won't be able to achieve this task.
It's from noon to 7, you said?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to work all the way till 7.
I'll have to check with Melanie.
Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
The task is extremely overwhelming.
Geez, oh man, the products alone are a lot. Now I gotta figure out how this thing's gonna look. This is the first time I'm
Opening a retail store. On top of that, the drive is a killer. Akron is 45 to 50 minutes from Cleveland. Adding traffic is at least an hour.
Good grief. Man, it sure is a lot of work, man. In a short amount of time.
I won't be able to achieve this task by myself.
I'll need some help. I'm about to throw up.
I think what we're going to need to do is break into maybe 2 groups. Initially, as a group, we can talk about what we want the design to look like.
We have 9 employees, including ourselves, our design team, sewers, our marketing. We basically all do everything. A lot like a family. Who's feeling a duffel?
Like duffel.
Duffel? All right, it's a duffel. All right.
In the past, whenever we design a new bag, we'll usually spend a couple months on it. We'll test it out. We'll try it out to make sure it's everything we want it to be. We only have 72 hours to design, prototype, and then make a final product. So that makes us nervous.
It needs to feel masculine, but we can do something of this nature, but larger. Maybe twice as big for a gym bag?
Well, to keep it cost effective though, maybe a third larger.
Feeling the pressure of opening his first retail store, Wesley is desperate for help.
Hello, girls. Oh, there she is. But we actually found a queen.
Fortunately, his friend Mackenzie has stepped in to save the day.
Mackenzie's gonna be helping with getting the brand together for the cosmetic line. She's helped plan different projects with the Akron Honey Company in the past. She's going to help me out with reaching and exceeding our $800 goal.
Pretty much 3 different products, maybe 2 different kinds of honey, the lip balm, and then the honey on tap. So we gotta show that we can move this product.
Yeah.
I go visit Wesley. Wesley's never, ever created a storefront. In fact, I don't even think there's been a lot of planning really behind what he's actually going to do in that storefront. Hopefully, I can step in and help him here. I know Jonathan wants to be able to see, is there a real business here that can support retail?
Yeah.
What other kind of products would there be?
We're trying to do some beauty products or body care products that involve wax. So I think for Thursday, something that's realistic is getting our chapstick done and on the shelves.
So you're actually gonna make it?
Yeah, we want to do like a multi-purpose salve that's pretty heavy in beeswax. We're thinking about doing a soap.
We are talking about all the lines of products that are possible to be made with honey. Burt's Bees created a phenomenon with bee-based, honey-based products. Here's an opportunity to maybe do that with a more expansive line. Even if I could only create 3 of these, I would have some samples, and I would be testing and asking people. And then I would understand what type of products this neighborhood can support, what type of products works in a retail environment. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help, sir. I think Wesley has some solid ideas, but I'm worried he doesn't have time to pull it all together and to show Jonathan that he's the way to go.
We're trying to do kind of a duffel style bag.
Gender neutral.
Gender neutral, like, you know, a lot of folks have been asking us, can you make something of kind of like a travel bag?
What's the price point in a bag like this?
$600 for a bag like that.
To be honest, it might end up being a little more.
A $600 duffel bag is going to be a challenge to sell in Gordon Square because this is low to middle income, and what you're looking at is a high-end luxury product. Does that give you any pause?
The part that makes me nervous personally is the price point.
We're comfortable, like, with.
Well, then maybe it's
selling
time
this.
to be less ambitious.
Yeah.
Maybe there is an everyday use bag. Maybe there is another design that's not necessarily as big of a bag.
Involved as that one.
If Fount doesn't adjust the price point of the gender neutral bag, I am really, really concerned that Jonathan's not going to see them as a worthy investment.
So maybe we revisit the drawing board and look at what we're trying to do here.
If we could do the identical bag, we can have the luxe version that's leather, you know, for people who want that version, and then we can have the identical bag that would be wax canvas
Like
with leather
details.
with leather
Yeah.
handles.
Leather can be anywhere from $6 a square foot to $15 a square foot. Canvas is more like, I don't know, like $6 a yard.
Look, it's your task.
No, I think that's
No,
actually
I appreciate the input. Yeah,
It might be challenging for us to source that wax canvas in this time frame. We're really stressed about finding canvas. That's honestly our biggest worry because we're not going to be able to overnight that. I think that we would need at least a couple days.
Coming up on Cleveland Hustle.
There's still a lot of things we have to bring into the space, and we're running out of time.
Sleep is going to happen when we're absolutely exhausted. Cleveland hustles. Sometimes the hustle hurts.
with less than 3 days to go until their pop-up opens, found an Akron Honey race against the clock to turn raw spaces into pop-up stores. The business that performs the best will win Jonathan Sawyer's investment.
I feel fine about our products. I've been doing honey, I do that in my sleep, but it's everything else. Getting all the pieces together for the pop-up store. I gotta build some fixtures from scratch. Any fixture that you would find in the storefront. So display tables, checkout counter, and I know that we'll have to make the place look pretty. It's a challenge. Beautiful.
Can we have a real quick team meeting? So change of plans. It's gonna have to be canvas.
Yeah, I mean, if it's really simple, I think we
I
can.
mean, like, if we do that duffel bag, we could just put leather on the circles on the sides and then the straps.
We are not making the bag out of all leather. It's going to be mostly canvas and leather accents. And only problem is we don't have any canvas. Hey, Ned, this is Jackie from Fount. I have a little favor to ask you. We're hoping for like a smoky dark gray. There's this guy in town that I know he makes incredible wax canvas jackets. I've never met him, but I've heard of him. I was hoping you'd say black and brown. He was so nice and did us an incredible solid and let us use the canvas that he had on hand. You would be a lifesaver and a half.
The price is much more favorable for the canvas, but working with canvas is a new experience for us. The behavior of the material is different when sewn. So there's going to be some new obstacles, some new challenges, especially under such a tight timeline.
You got this. I believe in you and you and you and you.
Okay, is there more in the front? Maybe I could take.
The team has the duffels well in hand. We're going to kind of shift gears and put all of our energy into the pop-up.
We want Jonathan to walk in and say, like, this is great. I'm feeling good, but I'm feeling super rushed. We came up with some really fun ideas about like how we can decorate the store to give that maker's feel. So we have some vintage scissors that we're gonna hang. So when you walk in, you get the feeling like these are handmade things. We're gonna put this up. I need to go buy ferns. We want it to be floor to ceiling, just gorgeous. We want people to come in and feel the vibes. So, you know, we're really trying. Camels are gonna go on those pillars.
Oh,
so you need a ladder for that.
Do you want to get on my shoulders, or do you want me to get on your shoulders?
No.
Maybe I should be the one.
Oh, no, you're good.
I don't know.
Okay, so grab the candle.
I don't even know if I'm tall enough.
So, and just, you're not?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
We're striking out. We need a ladder. Oh, man. Okay,
Is a ladder on the list? Is a ladder on the list?
Put a ladder on the list.
It's now past 9:30. We're already running probably 3 hours behind. I'm still at home. I'm not anywhere close to the store. And I've got a lot to do. It's not like we're moving everything into the store. We're creating the store. What I want to do, get these fixtures set up before we leave tonight. You
see how happy I get when I start painting stuff and like cutting wood and everything? I guess I work best to get my back is against the wall, really.
Sleep is gonna happen when we're absolutely exhausted. The project isn't called Cleveland Easy. It's Cleveland Hustles. Sometimes the hustle hurts. And right now, this is painful.
We just did 2 stitches. Did you see that from yesterday or today?
Actually, it's really nice. We're already halfway through the day. We still have several of the duffel bags that we need to make. We have 2 of them finished. We have 3 to go. You want to grab a couple sample shots so we can see how that looks? The way we find out our pricing, we look at how much material goes into each product, how much time and labor goes into each product. We have overhead, and then we add all that up to find out what the break-even price is for the bag. A canvas duffel is going to be $151.74. We're going to charge $279. So this gives us a decent profit margin and still allows this bag to be affordable for the Gordon Square clientele.
Looks good.
Looks as good as it can be.
Right.
But since we designed a new bag, we're trying to plan ahead and get the word out about the bag as soon as possible. So today we're doing some photo shoots to get shots of the bag so that we can hopefully send it out on social media, email, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And hopefully some people can come already with an idea of what that bag is going to be and already maybe with some intentions of shopping it. Nice job, thanks. Okay, cool.
With less than 24 hours to go before their pop-up stores open, Fount is moving forward, but Wesley is falling behind.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Why do you say that?
Nothing. Just really tough. Not seeing really any of my family and just working myself to death. But I know this investment is quite important. An investment would mean more time with my family, eventually a greater impact on my community, my city. We're about to go to Cleveland real quick. I'll see you tomorrow.
No, that's too long.
No, I'll be back.
I could tell that Wesley felt a little overwhelmed by the challenges in front of him. So I thought it would be great to bring a fellow entrepreneur from Akron over to talk to him.
Hey, man. Who you might know. Very good, man. Good to meet you.
Maverick Carter is LeBron's childhood best friend, business partner, and entrepreneur. What Maverick and LeBron have done is the quintessential dream of, I'm sure, every single kid in Akron.
I think what you're doing is amazing, man. But you know, as being an entrepreneur like myself, the thing that you have to fall in love with is the process, that hustle, that every day getting up and going through the process. And once you fall in love with the process, that's how you become a great entrepreneur, because you got to build something.
Having Maverick show up at my house was pretty cool. I mean, he expressed how happy he was about what I was doing, and he was impressed.
You really getting in there, dude. That's my favorite.
Now I can use that one in my chamomile tea.
It feels great. It feels like I'm on the map a little bit to get praise from a guy like Maverick.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So happy,
Thanks,
man. You're exactly the type of guy we created the show for.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Knock, knock. Hey, what's going on? Our products are 100% 100% ready, but I'm mostly worried about the pop-up store.
I have Middlebury in this size too.
Mackenzie and we're both running around like crazy. We still have so much ground to cover, and we gotta do it right.
Like, do you want stuff on these, like in the middle of the room? Or
How about that's where the tasters go?
Oh, okay.
The things that we're gonna be selling are local jars of honey. 3-ounce sizes are $6 each. 12-ounce sizes range from $12 to $15 each. Honey on tap are $6 a jar. Lip balm, $3. And then we've got the honey tasting, that's $30 per seat.
This must be child food.
It's a bit overwhelming looking at the big picture. We need to assemble the honey on tap system. What happened to the diagram? Fixtures need to go up. We gotta place all the furniture.
Would it be better if we swapped them?
We've never actually adapted to a retail store. It's always been a table at a pop-up market with other vendors. So we have to create from the ground up this entirely new experience. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be challenging. It already is.
So good, yeah. Feels good in here.
We were up till 2 o'clock last night. We didn't sleep a wink. We are exhausted, but we wanted to make sure everything would be perfect for today.
All right, so, yeah, I'm so excited. Yay. I can't believe we made it.
It's pop-up day, and it looks like it's gonna be rainy. A lot of times rain in retail work hand in hand actually brings people in to certain retail stores. Feeling a bit rushed and underprepared, and I really don't like that. We're working hard to get there right now. I was supposed to get out there and hand out flyers and everything, but we just ran out of time. It could have a negative impact on my business because folks don't understand what Akron Honey Company is all about. I hope we'll be able to knock sales out of the park with a concept that's been demonstrated for an hour.
It's time to open up our doors and show our potential investor, Jonathan Sawyer, everything that we've done. See what happens here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna shout for this. Everybody come!
I'm mostly worried about the experience of folks when they come in. This is the first time we're doing a retail store. Do we know the best customer flow logistically around? No. You know, this is all trial.
Weather's not bad.
Rain actually brings people in anyway.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on in. Welcome to our pop-up shop. We're going to be here for 7 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the Gordon. We named it after Gordon Square. And it's wax, canvas, and leather.
I definitely like
The old other one? Yeah.
Hi, come on in. You were at the pitch, right? Nice to see you.
I'm Matt,
Matt.
councilman here.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jackie. We can make it for you in any type of all leather. We can do bigger, yeah.
It's American made, Italian leather on the outside, got a pocket on the front.
I'm going to write this down. So feedback. Do you wish it was 2 times as large?
Strap looks really versatile too.
Do you like like it?
Because you can take it off, and it looks like pretty adjustable as well.
So we're 2 hours into the pop-up. We're getting good feedback on the Gordon duffels, but we still need to sell them. We're not seeing the movement yet, so we're a little bit nervous about that.
It's beautiful. Pretty good.
Hey, look who's here.
I don't even know if I could speak when I walked in and found space initially. I was absorbing taxidermy, vintage rugs, beautiful leather. It was sensory overload.
We are a little bit worried that Jonathan might not like the bag. We were thinking that the duffel would be a big crowd pleaser for our audience, but maybe it's not what he's looking for.
After you gave us the task, we put our heads together and came up with what we're calling the Gordon duffel.
Named after the Gordon Square.
I really liked the combination of wax canvas and leather. It was a stunning bag.
We have 5 in the canvas and leather, and then we have the full leather one here.
The price point on these bags is $279, and then the all leather bags are $359.
They looked really serious and kind of stoic, and we just couldn't read them. We didn't know what they were thinking about the space, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm hoping that he'll see that we were able to make something happen in a very short time span.
Philip, thank you so much. Jackie, thank you so much. We're going to go around and see Wesley.
Yes, please.
See how he's doing. Okay? All right, guys. Good luck through the rest of the day.
When we opened the doors, it was bittersweet because it felt cool because I had my own retail store for 7 hours, but I felt that we weren't prepared. I felt it was rushed. I felt that we could definitely be offering a little bit more of a complete experience with a little bit more planning.
How are you, sir?
All
Good
right.
to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. The store was unassuming when I walked in. Not seeing any prices listed, not seeing signage or storytelling or pictures. It was just an underwhelming space.
There's not even a sign here. I don't even see any way to...
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right. Founts got their act together. Even though they've never run a retail shop, they transition flawlessly. I wish I could say the same thing for Wesley. Wesley's asking me to invest $100,000 in his honey-based products. The way things look right now, he needs a lot of help if he stands a chance of getting an investment.
I think we want to share some notes with you.
I mean, Feng Shui, whether you believe it or not, is the God's honest truth. And creating that energy inside of your space is part of your sales. The table in the front of the retail space, unless it's full, should never be there. If the table's not full, everybody that walks by assumes that it's not interesting enough to come in.
When you start walking up, we don't know what this is. There's no sign. You know these are beekeeper boxes, but nobody else knows.
Right.
I think let's try to move this sign and maybe just so people know what it is.
It becomes clear that Wesley just doesn't have some of the fundamental understanding of how to operate a retail operation. And it's okay because this is not what he does. So Jonathan and I provide some guidance to help him learn what's the best way to set up retail.
Not having your prices anywhere is really difficult.
And then this is your biggest price point item. There's nothing that tells me what it is.
What would happen if you had that in the window And everybody who walked by this rainy day saw all those people.
The feedback that they gave is helping us figure out how we could do better. I take that advice, I take that feedback.
I think Wesley takes advice to heart, digests it, thinks about it, and then comes back with an honest response. I think he's trying to absorb everything that we gave him, and it might be too much, so let's just hope he grabs one and he goes with it.
Let's see.
All right, sir.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. It's brand new. We'd love your feedback.
Today's been going well. Our sales goal has gone well. I think we've already exceeded the goal of $1,500 in sales, which is great. And the final piece is, can we sell all the duffels? We've sold 4 right now. We have 1 left to go. I think later in the day, with the after-work traffic, I think we will be able to sell that final duffel.
My girls came into the pop-up and they were just so excited to see me here, but I couldn't even enjoy it because,
it was just so stressful.
votive is $3 a piece. But as the day went on, I felt good about this store.
Yeah. Go right ahead. I'll put these in a bag while you're doing that.
To me, all I need to see is bodies in the store in jars going out, lip balm going out, honey sticks going out, and the number's going to be there. I'm a sales demon, you know?
If you could just sign this for me.
We need 1 more duffel. We have to sell 1 more duffel.
Yeah. You got black honey or
Yes.
All right, you probably gonna have to get a little bit of everything, just to let you know.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Take care.
Before closing shop for the day, I wanted to bring by all the other investors, gather an opinion from them and Bonnet so I can make an informed decision. Pound's task was to create a retail shop here on the Detroit Shoreway. They were supposed to have $1,500 in sales. In addition to that, they were supposed to craft and sell 5 of the same bag that happens to be gender neutral.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey,
We're about to close the door.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Jonathan.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Yeah, welcome to our space.
I have a feeling you guys did really well today.
It was a pretty good day.
What was the final number?
We did 5,000 in sales.
5,000?
Well, 5,300.
You did $5,300 here in Detroit on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Found sales of $5,300 is quite impressive. But is this a one-time pop-up flash in the pan, or can they do these sales consistently?
The vast majority of our sales are online.
So the retail store is not going to be profitable?
No, we do think it will be profitable, but I think that if we have Lowe's, the online can really drive people to our website and then also encourage them to want to come to the store.
What this tells me as an investor is that they are continuing the trend in the right direction profit-wise.
Thanks for coming.
Hello, Wesley.
Hey.
How are you?
Great.
Was it a long day, sir?
It was a long, good day.
And the task for Akron Honey was to create a retail opportunity of his grandest vision. Expand his line, and I wanted the pop-up to bring in sales of $800.
You put a lot of effort into this. I think you and McKinsey did the work of Army.
There's nobody who's hustling harder than you and more with the community in mind. But it has to be a business. It has to sustain.
More importantly, let's go to the numbers.
Did all right. 1,300.
That's tremendous. You sold $1,300 out of this shop?
In Gordon Square.
That is a big achievement.
It's huge. Somehow Wesley has almost doubled his sales goal. When I came in the morning, I was not sure that he was going to be able to pull it off. But at the end of the day, he went beyond even his wildest dreams.
I think that this took a really good turn in terms of hitting a number that was kind of out of the park for Honey. But what can you tell Jonathan that makes you confident that this is a business that he should invest in?
There's work to be done, plans to be made. I can't sit here and say, this is what we're going to do right now, because I'm still trying to figure out my first 7 hours in retail. You know, maybe that's not the answer you want to hear, but that's the answer I have.
The right answer.
You far superseded my expectations for sales. Here's what I have to consider, though. I feel like there's things that we need to tighten up. And can we tighten them up? Can we see more sales inside of this store? Both Akron Honey and Found have blown me away in this challenge. I'm really pressed to figure out where to go. Only one gets my investment. I got a lot to think about.
So thank you.
Your family. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, gentlemen.
Absolute pleasure.
Jonathan today is trying to figure out whether he was going to make an offer to Akron Honey or to Found. And it's very unclear to me right now which way he's going to go. Good morning. Hello, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
I sensed the energy from yesterday.
He was excited.
Almost 200 people through the store. Almost $6,000 in sales. But Gordon Square is tough. I mean, as we know, failed retail after failed retail.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
At the end of the day, you make the investment in them is success based on the ability of the retail store to actually be profitable, or at least break even for that.
For me, this project has a lot of passion in it because they're ready to grow. You know, they're ready to make their manufacturing bigger. They're ready to add more jobs to the city of Cleveland. In order for those jobs to be sustainable, though, this retail shop has to make it. And that's the concern that we have. Hey, Wesley.
How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
How you feeling?
You know, tired, but we did well on the sale.
You did amazing.
Thank you. You know, and although we did have an amazing day, there was a lot that was still left on the table because I see what we need to do. I just haven't had...
Stop right there. That's great. That's why I like you. I knew that you had it inside of you. I believe firmly in intuition and human beings. And both those things come through in spades in you. The pop-ups both were successful in their own right. Found really pulled out all the stops, but there's a lot of work to go in order for them to achieve the profit margin we're looking for. Akron Honey is a long shot, but we believe in Wesley and his vision. We want to put him in a place to succeed. You have one low-risk, low-profit margin opportunity, one high-risk, high-work, high-reward opportunity. I don't know. It'll be hard to pick between the two of them.
Jonathan Sawyer has a very important decision to make. Is he going to go with Akron Honey or is he going to go with Found? Two very different businesses that could really benefit Cleveland's underserved Gordon Square neighborhood.
I had a hard time wanting to choose between the Found and Akron Honey. I'm going to bend the rules a little bit here and invest in both. there's a place in Cleveland for both of them. In the spirit of Cleveland Hustles, we want to be their mentors. Wesley's ask is $100,000 for 25% equity. I'm prepared to give it to him.
You're offering this man.
I'm offering this man an investment right now. I want to raise
babies with him?
Baby bees with you. I want to be your bee mommy. I want to invest $100,000 in you right now. Do you want it?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel a little bit, a little uneasy. I'm very humbled that you didn't think, hey, this is the guy I want to do business with. The money's right there, it's sitting right in front of me, but it's hard to make that type of decision right now.
I think the fundamental question is, what is it that you want?
I want balance. I want the family. This morning as I was leaving, my little girl, KK, she looked up and said, Dad, don't go so far away.
When you can make the transition to own your own business, you can begin to shape your destiny in a way that you didn't even think was possible. But I think you'll be surprised at how much more time that gives you to actually do the things that you love.
Obviously, I have no problem working a lot. But I want to be there for my family. That's it, and just kind of know a little bit better what are we getting into.
If I was sitting on the other side of the table, I would really be thinking about, you know what? If not now, then when? I want to see you do this, but
I want to see me do this too.
I don't want to talk you into a place where I'm convincing you this is what you want.
I'm not ready.
Okay. I thank you. I'm here to sing your praises, and I still believe in the community outreach.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Wesley. Jonathan offered me an investment, but I'm not ready. Akron Honey's at a point where we're still figuring out exactly what we need to do. Honestly, the best decision was not to make a deal. It was the best decision for the company, and most importantly, the best decision for my family, because you can never put anything before your family.
Selfishly, I'm sad to not get to work with Wesley. I grew to believe in Wesley and his vision more so than even Wesley did. I want him to succeed beyond any financial contribution I can make. But this leaves Fount with an opportunity I hope they will take. Having so many failed opportunities in the Detroit Shoreway is scary.
Right.
I don't know if it can make it.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I want to invest in you guys.
What?
Group hug. All right.
This opportunity is something we've hoped and prayed for, like a way for the whole country to hear about what we're trying to do here in Cleveland, trying to provide jobs and make quality products and, change the fashion industry. It's just honestly a dream come true.
The success is making the investment work, but even more so is making the community component work.
We're investing $500,000 in our corporate services in return for 5% of their sales over the next 3 years. Fount wanted to own 100% of their business going forward, and we've honored that. I'm going to advise Fount every step of the way in opening a permanent retail storefront here in the Gordon Square Art District.
But the hard work begins now.
Next steps for Fount, we have to take off that division of labor hat. We have to take off some of the design hat, some of the PR hat. I need them to be running their business not operating their business. We'll talk soon. Congratulations.
Pleasure. I can't even express with words how excited we are about this opportunity.
All of a sudden, we're going to be on the fast track.
This is just the first of many steps. In order to open in 3 months, there's a lot of decision making to happen. We gotta start now.
Next week on Cleveland Hustles.
We're gonna have to show what we're made out of.
We're gonna kill it.
Groundswell, a yoga studio concept, and The Proper Pig, a barbecue food truck, fight for Kathy Feudy's investment to open up a storefront in Gordon Square.
I want to see her deliver.
Racing against the clock,
It's all hands on deck.
both businesses run into trouble.
Our truck's at the mechanics right now.
In the face of adversity,
The 9 a.m. class, we decided to cancel it.
I expected you guys to be a little more prepared than this.
only one will adapt and earn Kathy's investment.
What is going on here?
For exclusives and extras, visit clevelandhustles.cnbc.com.